Sage is the most underrated Warzone player in the entire world, and these are 5 things that he does that nobody else is doing, with the last one being the most underrated skill yet. Coming in at number 1 is movement. Sage's movement has got to be one of the best I've ever seen. He made Warzone 2 feel like it had movement. Let's break down a couple clips so I can show you what I mean. I want you to pay attention to what Sage is about to do here. Sage is going to see that there's a team in this building, and he's going to airstrike them. He's doing this for 2 reasons. One, he's going to try to get them to all flood inside so he can jump across this mountain and get to the building, or he's going to hopefully get a knock with his P-Strike. As you know, he's going to get a knock. But what he does here is literally insane. He's going to hit the dive right here, jump, pull his chute. He's going to get as low as possible to this mountain so he can get as much glide time as possible. Get his knock right here. Boom. Gets a knock. This turns into an instantly 3v4. Right? He's going to hit the most insane bunny hop I've ever seen. Mid bunny hop, switches to his mortar strike, equips it, hits another bunny hop, pulls his chute, gets another knock, which is insane. Now it's a 2v4. This guy is not even going to know what he's about to get hit with. Sage pulls his chute, jump this guy, knows there's 2 guys down right there, knocks this guy that's rezzing, sees there's a guy to his right, jumps across, gets the knock, knows that there's another team shooting him to his left. Instead of going for the fight, he's going to disengage, jump through this window, and look at his health. Only takes 1 plate of damage. From here, he's going to go inside the house and then clean up this team wipe. There's going to be a guy running down the stairs. He's going to catch him with his pants down, get the kill. Honestly, Sage makes Warzone 2 seem like it has movement when it quite literally doesn't. One of the most talented players when it comes to fluidity and making movement literally seem buttery smooth. Now let me show you in real time.
Alright. Get some money.
I got a suffer side. Leave me alone.
For this clip, I want you guys to see how movement isn't necessarily just YYing, slide canceling, and jumping around corners. Even in a game like Warzone 2, movement can be shown by just changing angles. So watch this. Sage is gonna get a knock on this guy, and he knows there's about 4 people above him. But what does he do? Watch how he utilizes his utility, his movement to kind of get this squad wipe. Again, you don't have to slide cancel, you don't have to do that. It's how you move your body and how you move your player in certain situations that makes your movement good. He's gonna throw a drill charge above him, and he's gonna try to get that to either get a knock or a tag. Gets a tag here, now watch this. Slides across, gets this guy tagged a little bit, doesn't get the knock, but what does he do here? Smokes to provide cover, changes his angle. This is movement. In Warzone 2, we didn't have slide canceling. So this is what he did. Got the guy that was rezzing him. That's 2 knocked. That should be 2 right now knocked out of the 4. Comes, changes his angle again, uses the smoke to his advantage. Nobody's expecting him to do this. This guy's pre-aiming to his right. Gets a knock on the first guy, absolutely smokes the 4th guy. Again, you don't have to YY, you don't have to slide cancel, you don't have to dolphin dive, bunny hop. Of course, that stuff is amazing, but in a game like Warzone 2, where you don't necessarily have any type of movement, the things like changing your positioning is super, super important. Now in full speed. The second thing that Sage does that a lot of people don't see is his isolation ability. Isolating is when you're in a 1v4, 1v3, 1v2, and you pretty much isolate each individual person to where you're in a 1v1, even though you might be against 4 players. To understand this a little bit better, let me break down a couple of his clips. Sage is about to fight around 5 different people, and I want you to see how he does this. He's gonna get a knock on this guy, he's a solo, then he's gonna get high alerted from behind. He's gonna turn around, get this guy one shot, but then sees there's another guy. So he's gonna disengage, not try to get the knock because he knows he's about to get pushed by 2 different people. He's gonna smoke himself, super smart here, smoke himself to pretty much give him time to plate up and reset the fight. I talk about that a lot, and it's about resetting gunfights. If you feel like you're at a disadvantage, all you have to do is smoke yourself, get yourself out of the gunfight. You don't have to stay in it. You want to reset and give yourself a higher probability of winning the gun engagement. So for this, he's going to heal up, get inside this little house to his right, and then reset the fight. Now that he's reset the fight, I want you to see how he plays this. He's going to reload, go outside, and try to see what he's looking at. Sees there's a guy running away, shoots him, but then sees a second guy, and he says, okay, I'm probably going to lose that fight if I take on the 1v2. So what does he do? He repositions and isolates. Gets on top of this to try to get the high ground. Hears this guy's coming behind him. Shoots this guy, isolates the 1v1, gets behind this wall behind him, so that way this guy can't shoot him, right? He knows he's about to get flanked. Now watch this. Gets behind this, hears this guy coming up to his right, closes the door, tricks him, cameras him, gets one knock, then this guy just comes and gets absolutely smoked. Almost every single fight, except for that last one, was a 1v1. Here's the clip not slowed down. Okay, let's look at how Sage 1v4s this team right here. But I want you to see how he pretty much 1v1s every single one of these guys. He has a mountain in front of him, and he's going to use that to pretty much isolate. He's using a head glitch to take on a bunch of 1v1s. Sees this guy here, but sees there's a guy to his left. Gonna get this guy knocked, but he's backing up so the second guy cannot get an angle on him. Sees this guy, sees the third guy bottom left as well, shooting this guy, and he's backing up while he's doing this so the guy on the bottom left cannot shoot him. Gets the second knock, knows there's a third guy right here. Watch this, the exact same thing, shooting while backing up to make sure this guy cannot get angles on him and to make sure that he cannot get shot from multiple directions, but while also head glitching this mountain. I'm telling you, Sage played this perfect. This guy's shooting the rocks because he can't see him. Does that, gets 3 knocked. Now, all he needs to do is finish up one last guy. And Sage, you know him, he's flashy. He says, you know what, man? I'm just gonna go crazy. Does a 360, smokes this guy right here. Every single one of these 1v1 while isolating. So for number 3 is Sage's aim. This man has one of the most snappiest and consistent aims I've ever seen in my life. He plays on 6'6" with a .9 ADS, and I'm telling you, he does not miss. Let's go ahead and look at a couple clips of this man having absolute robotic aim. So this clip we're about to watch, I want you to pay attention to Sage's center dot the entire time. I want you to see where he places this dot and how he's always centering where he thinks somebody's gonna be. So look at what Sage does here. He knows that there's a guy in front of him, gets this guy absolute. He doesn't get the knock, so what is he gonna do? He's gonna disengage instead of chasing, and hopefully he thinks that this guy's gonna go upstairs. So what does he do? He jumps up, puts his center dot where he thinks this guy might be, doesn't see him, jumps down, but he hears this guy coming up behind this wall. So look at where his dot goes. His dot goes exactly where he thinks this guy's gonna be. Sure enough, gets this hip fire knock, and he's gonna choose to disengage here. Nothing too crazy, but I want you to just pay attention to where his center dot is the entire time. He's gonna heal up, bait this guy above him. Now watch this. What he does right here is what makes him so good. He's gonna get this guy one shot, and now I want you to see what happens after he knocks the first guy. His aim transfer is insane. Gets this knock right in front of him. Watch, disengages. Now he's gonna hit fire and get a knock right here. Watch. From there, he's gonna instantly aim transfer to the other guy. Puts his center dot where he thinks this guy's gonna be. Hit fire. Knocks him, instantly aim transfers to the other guy, gets this guy, knocks him, boom. Sees that this guy's trying to shoot him, instantly transfers to this guy, knock. I'm telling you, man, Sage has robotic-like aim. Now watch it back in full speed.
I fucking suck, man. Oh my fucking god.
For this next clip, I want you to see that aim doesn't have to be flashy. This right here, Sage doesn't do anything crazy, but he's really smart and he does not miss. He sees this guy behind him dropping in, aims down sight, make sure he puts his center dot on him, gets the knock. Now watch this. He hears this guy coming up behind him. He's gonna get behind this door, get behind the wall, and then instantly pre-fire. This bot is gonna fall for it. Gets behind the wall, pre-fires. This guy's coming through. Instantly starts shooting him, jumps up to get the headshot, knocks this guy. Now he's gonna back up. What he's gonna do here, he's gonna bait that knock that he just got. He knows that he's in a 1v4. He knocked the first one, so he's in a 1v3. More than likely, his teammate's gonna come and try to res this guy. So what does he do? He resets the gunfight, reloads, and right here, he hears that there's a guy under him. So what he's gonna do, this guy's rezzing, easy knock, 1v2. What's special is the 1v4 right here at the end. Jumps through this, gets a knock on this guy. Now, I want you to pay attention to these shots right here after he gets this knock right here. Watch this. Gets the full on these two. Gets high alerted from his right. Gets shot. Gets a couple plates taken off. Watch this turn on right here. Turns around. Switches to his AR. Watch this. Insane. Watch this now in real time.
No fucking way.
For number 4 is Sage's insane situational awareness. Situational awareness is always knowing what's around you. From knowing how many enemies are around you to knowing the landscape around you, the most important thing is to know how to engage and how to use your surroundings to your advantage. For this next clip, I want you guys to see how Sage is constantly playing for info. Right here, what he's gonna do is he's gonna hear somebody above him. That's knowledge that he's gaining, situational awareness. He gets the knock on the first guy, hears a guy in front of him. He's gonna reload to make sure that he has enough bullets to kill this guy. Re-engages, gets this knock. Easy, 1v2 right here. Now he knows that this is a squad. He knows that there's 4. He's gonna be like, okay, playing for knowledge the entire time. He's gonna hear something right now. He doesn't know if it's above him or behind him, right? Then he sees this guy in front of him. That's the third guy. He's gonna get this guy weak, but chooses to disengage because he's losing the gunfight right here. Knowing his surroundings, what cover can he get behind? Sees a guy in front of him, instantly chooses to mantle this to break that guy's camera, opens this door, closes it again to throw that guy off, runs around this, while he's plating situational awareness. He's choosing to not engage in the gunfight because he knows it's the lower probability gunfight. Hops on top of here. Notice how he's constantly changing his angles. It's still right now a 1v2. He knocked 2 are left. Sees this guy, gonna get the full on this guy. He knows the guy's under him. He's gonna get this guy weak, but watch this. He doesn't finish the kill because he hears somebody. Turns around. He's gonna make sure to try to not get damaged by this guy. Gets that knock. This guy went away. And notice how he doesn't instantly jump down in that hole because that's readable. He goes, gets a different angle while trying to squad wipe this guy. Gets this guy lacking, kills him. Easy 1v4, gets the full. That's a wipe. Now let's watch this clip in real time. Now, lastly, at number 5 is Sage's ability to use his utility. There is not a single competitor that uses his utility as good as Sage does. Not Diaz, not Aiden, not Shifty, not anybody. If there's one thing you take from this video, it's this right here. Use your utility more because Sage is literally an expert at it. Now, let's watch some clips to show you what I mean. I want you guys to see what Sage does here and how he uses his utility to his advantage. He's gonna throw a snapshot grenade and sees a guy in front of him. He's gonna get this knock. Now he knows it's a 1v3, right? So again, I want you guys to remember this. When you're in a 1v3 or 1v4, you gotta try to use as much utility as possible to give yourself an advantage. He's gonna find a suppression mine right here on his bottom right. This is gonna be huge for this entire play right here. He's gonna know that this guy's knocked, that he originally knocked, get the full, and he's gonna put some damage on this guy, get the knock. Now he's gonna disengage because he knows there's another guy. Watch. Throws the suppression mine. What he just did is he creates an invisible wall that an enemy cannot pass. It's buying him time. Sees this guy, gets the suppression mine on him, stops him in his tracks, gets him one shot. But now he becomes one shot because his teammate is shooting him. But guess what? They cannot push him because he threw the suppression mine. This is utility usage. If he didn't throw that, he's dead in this clip. Why? Because he's one shot and the team are gonna push them 1v3. Right here, nobody's pushing him because they literally can't. This is free isolation by the use of your utility. Gonna see this guy in front of him, get some damage on him, push this other guy right here, gets the knock. He's gonna get hit by his own suppression mine, but still the other team can't push him. Gets this knock right here, easy. Gets away. He's about to get one shot, but here, it instantly turned from a 3v1 to a 2v1. Right here, I'm telling you, if he didn't have that suppression, this entire clip doesn't happen. Disengages, heals up, and he's gonna re-engage these guys. And this entire time was just him making the gunfight way easier for him. Cameras this guy, sees these guys on the ground, gets the full on this guy, jumps across, cameras him. Easy wipe. I want you guys to see that without the snapshot grenades, without the suppression mine, more than likely Sage is dead here. This is a perfect example of utilizing everything around you, from nades, snapshots, smokes, anything to get an advantage in a gunfight. Now watch this in full speed.
Like running to a first.
I want to break down the scenario that's happening in this clip. We're in ranked play. We're in top 250. I am 53 in the world. Sage is like number 4 in the world. So we're playing against really good players. And I'm down, Brinks is down, Sage is the last one up. I want you guys to really pay attention to the utility that he has and how he uses it, because without this, he does not win this gunfights. He sees that there's a guy to his right. He's going to get the knock. But while he's getting this knock, he sees that there's a guy top left on top of the building. He's about to get shot and get one shot. So what does he do? Instantly lays down, drops a smoke to hide. What this is doing is this is buying him time. Sometimes the smoke is not necessarily there to get an advantage. It's all it is just to buy you time. Gets the full kill on this guy, but here's this guy's behind him, right? So he's using the smoke to his advantage the entire time. This guy behind him, he's plating up. This guy's gonna challenge him. He's gonna slide away, go into the smoke to get a little bit more time because he only has one plate. Gets behind cover, drops a smoke, again, buying time. What does he do? Gets away, goes behind the rock, grabs his nade. This is to isolate. He's gonna throw the nade to hopefully push back this guy right here. Throw the nade. All this to buy time so that way he's able to heal up and hopefully take the higher probability gunfight. Gets behind this wall. This guy's not gonna engage him. At this point, he's thrown smokes at him. He's thrown nades. This guy's kind of just trying to figure out what the best play is to do, while Sage is trying to just get behind the head glitches and hope that this guy makes a mistake, which is exactly what he does right here. Sage gonna choose to try to engage. This guy backs up. He's gonna get behind this wall. Now, watch this. He's gonna start to plate up because he knows that this guy's playing scared. But here, the entire time, he's trying to isolate, trying to make sure to make this guy's life incredibly hard. Right here, he doesn't want to be an easy kill. Sees this guy coming up right here. That's the last guy. Complete bot. Don't know what he's doing in the top 250. Kills him right there. Instant team wipe. Now, I want you guys right here to pay attention to the amount of smokes that he has. Bottom right, he has one smoke, right? There's a team, a whole team. Look at the gas, top left. There's a whole team on that bridge, and he has to rotate into there. So what is he going to do here? He has one smoke, right? His teammates are both dead. He's gonna throw the loadout. And that loadout, he's not throwing it for the reason that you think he's throwing it. picks up another smoke. He now has 2, right? He has his loadie. Why is he grabbing another loadie? Why is he throwing it? Because he wants to utilize his equipment to his advantage. He's gonna throw a smoke right here so he can pick it up. Throws a smoke, sees another smoke on the ground, gonna pick it up. At this point, you gotta be thinking about the enemy. They see this guy smoking. He's like, all right, let me pre-em him. I'm gonna hold this guy out. I gotta make sure he can't rotate in. Sage throws another smoke. Why? Because he's about to re-up on another one. Throws 3 smokes. At this point, the enemy's like, yo, this guy has a lot of smokes. Might as well just let him rotate in, which is exactly what happens. Rees up on a smoke and a nade. Very important. Watch what he does here. Smokes, rotates in. Look at the zone. There's a whole team on that bridge. What Sage does next has got to be one of the craziest plays ever in a top 250 lobby to 1v3. Gets into the bridge. A mortar's on him too. Watch how he's making sure he doesn't die to this, right? Gets into the bridge, throws an absolute Kobe. He's about to knock somebody and get another guy one shot. All this is utility usage, knowing how to use your smokes, how to use your nades. Watch this. Gets on top of this little rock. Watch this knock. Knock, and he gets one shot. Watch this. He's going to mantle. This guy's one shot, puts 1 bullet into him. Knock. Now it's a 1v1. Changes his positioning right here. The clip ends right here, but he ends up getting this knock, ends up getting me and Crinks back, and we win this game in a top 250 lobby. I'm telling you right now, Sage is the most underrated player in the game, and that is simply because he knows how to utilize his utility to his advantage. There is not a single player that does this. Now watch it in real time.
Stop.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, different team.
Survival's always a nice surprise.
You do this, you're insane. You still have plates, you can plate up if you want. Yeah. Top 5 right now.
You have that team, and then you have the team on top spiral.
He's just so good at getting him out of like sticky situations. By the way, look what he's about to do, bro. I know y'all been enjoying these types of videos, so let me know who y'all want to see next down below in the comment section.